As always, thank you to the members of the channel. Alright, so it has been a fat minute since my Neville review, but as you can see, we have got so many packages. Now, I got a free Visa gift card from AT&T for switching to their Wi-Fi. It was for $150, and so I thought, why not spend it on a bunch of Thomas & Friends merchandise? So we've got a bunch of Tomy items to unbox, as well as some Ertl items, but these are going to be for future videos. But I will pick one of them today to focus on and review. And if you can't tell by the thumbnail and title of the video. Alright, so I made a rookie mistake and I can't even run two of the Tomy engines that I bought. Basically because I don't even have the freaking battery that goes inside of them. It's a C battery. I only have doubles and AAAs. So now we're left with only this engine to unbox. But I feel like a lot of you will love this one regardless. Alright, so opening up this package, as you can see, it is Tomy Salty, brand new in the box. Let's get him out of this bubble wrap now. Trying not to bend the box. Hit the tripod there. And here is Tomy Salty in all of his glory. Nice shot of his face there. We have the classic colorful blue packaging that we saw with Neville's. He does come with two straight half tracks, so we can extend this layout by just a bit, which is pretty cool. The backside showing a nice big set, the Steam Along Thomas set, and just some other pieces as well. Nothing beats Tomy. It's just so clean. Every time I see this in person, it just reminds me of how good it really is. So before I take Salty out of the packaging, I would just like to prove that he is brand new in the box. As you can see, it is still sealed on both sides. So it is going to pain me to break this tape seal that has been on there for 20 years now. I totally forgot to look at the bottom of the box. Okay, so here we go. Let's move the tripod just a little bit, point it downwards so we can break this tape seal on camera. There we go. It is now broken. Opening up the box here. Excuse my struggles, please. Just comes right out. So the box we can put over here. He does come with directions, as always, for every engine. And then we actually get a Tomy pamphlet. I have never had one of these before. This is really cool. So we got to open this bad boy up and let's check it out. This pamphlet is gorgeous. This is a complete motorized line. This is an actual line, not what Mattel is doing. All right, so pay attention here. Here we have the Steam Along Thomas set. I did have this set as a kid. It is absolutely gorgeous in person when the steam is actually coming out of his funnel. Then we have the Thomas All Aboard set. A very basic one. I did have this one as well. One I never had as a kid and one that I really want now is the Thomas Water and Coal Station set. And then we just have some of the engines here that were available. Here is the updated Tomy Thomas. Then Percy, James, Henry, and Gordon. This is what the tender engines should look like. They have very nice size and length. Gordon looks gorgeous, as well as Henry and James. All of the essential details are there. They actually have painted buffers. And this line was from well over 20 years ago. And look what they're doing. And look at what Mattel is struggling to do in 2025. It's no discussion, zero debate. But then we have Spencer and Edward. Duck, I really do want. I also want Edward as well, of course. I want all of these engines, let's be real. Then we have Salty and Lady, who I think is so cool. I love that play rail pack of that she has, where she has those two purple troublesome trucks. Diesel comes with a milk tanker. Sorry, the glare. Stepney in a troublesome truck. Emily, Arthur, Toby, Elizabeth, Bulgy, and Birdie. Such a solid, complete lineup. You really don't need anything more than this. Now, this is not all of the engines they released. Of course, there was Donald and Douglas and some more characters. But anyway, still a very solid lineup. Then we have the Thomas and the Jet engine pack. Comes with the DVD, which is awesome. I wish I had that one. Thomas's Track Expansion Pack. I did have this a few years ago in my collection, but I did sell it because I wasn't doing YouTube at the time and I wasn't really into Thomas all that much. Then we have the Sodor Roundhouse. Nice turntable, all the sheds and buffers. The Sodor expansion set, some nice rolling stock, some switches. Turning this around here, just a gorgeous shot of the line itself. But this is the ultimate set featured in the Tommy Thomas and Friends commercial. This is 2005. I really do want Cranky at Brendam Docks. I want this whole set, to be honest with you. I need to start collecting more Tommy. By the way, my mind was blanking, and I was like, this is the year of the 60th anniversary. It literally says that on the pamphlet. So there you go. A nice 60th anniversary edition pamphlet. So this is dope. I had no idea I would get this. All right, so we have all of our Tommy stuff off to the side, and now it's time to take a look at Salty up close and personal. Here are the 2 straight tracks that I will use to give this layout more size. But as you can see, Salty is held in by these plastic wires that I will have to untie, and then we can get him out of the packaging. All right, so I got the battery inside Salty. I almost couldn't even get the screw out. It was almost kind of stripped and stuck in there, but thankfully we got the screw out, and Salty does work. Now let's get him on the tracks and take a look at him. And as you can see, we did extend the layout with these 2 straight tracks. I mean, this is just really underrated. So you buy an engine, they give you track. I even have more track inside of Neville's box that I am currently not using. That just really shows you how much care and passion was put into this Tommy Thomas and Friends line. Forget the pamphlet and how cool everything is. They're just making life easier for you. You buy an engine and you get free track. Like, you cannot beat that. Oh man, Neville is so gorgeous. I cannot believe how good looking he is. Wait, anyways, we are reviewing Salty today, and to be honest with you, my initial thought is that he is a bit chubby. His cab should be taller. His body should be skinnier. But they did nail his face. I think his face looks great. Here is a picture of Salty on screen just to give you guys an idea of what I am talking about in terms of his cab and his body. But even so, looking at Salty, he still looks really good. All of the coloring is correct. His buffers are painted. His coupling hook is painted. The running board is painted. He looks like a complete model. And the same can be said for the backside. We do have those classic Hazard diesel stripes. The back buffer beam is still painted just like the front. Here's a side shot of Salty, number 2991. So overall, my only knock against Salty is going to be the size of his cab. It should be taller. And then just in general, he is a bit chubby in terms of width. But anyways, now it's time for a running session with this gorgeous looking Salty. Let's turn him on for the first time. Let's see if he is a solid runner just like Neville was. All right, so I guess he is. He is running very smoothly. A 20-year-old motorized engine, by the way, over the bridge. Passing Wellsworth Station, passing Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle. All right, let's get Annie and Clarabelle hooked up to Salty, and let's get a running session going with all of these engines. What's crazy is that Salty is by far my best runner. Neville is really good, but Salty I feel like is more quiet. Thomas is by far my worst runner. I actually don't know what's wrong with him. He still runs like this, but sometimes randomly he will stutter and stop moving. I'm not sure if there's something wrong with the traction tires on his wheels or something, because when Thomas doesn't have Annie and Clarabelle, he never stutters. But when I have him with Annie and Clarabelle and after he goes over the bridge, then he stutters like right here by the switch. So pretty weird, but that's great that Salty is a fantastic runner. Anyways, guys, I think that is going to be it for this Salty review. As you can see, Salty is a fantastic engine. Maybe needs 1 or 2 size changes, as I said before. But other than that, he's a 10 out of 10 for me. If I really had to rate him, he is going to be a tier below Neville, simply because of the height of his cab. But anyways, still a great purchase. Very happy to have Salty back in my collection. But let me know what you guys think about Salty in the comment section down below. And let me know what other Tomy engines I should add to my collection, as well as destinations or other pieces. And I'll see you in the next video.